Welcome to the ITIL Framework updated course from Cybrary IT. My name is Daniel Reilly. I'm your subject matter expert on the ITIL Framework. In this video, I'd like to discuss how we look at IT business models from the ground up, and then specifically how the ITIL Framework is going to affect in different business models. So the first thing we're going to have to discuss to do this is services versus products. Now, many years ago, this was a very distinct set of categories, and a business usually fell into providing some kind of service or specialized product. These days, this is less defined, as we'll talk about. So products and services are closely aligned concepts. Most products that will be sold will have some kind of element of service with them. If you think about going to a car dealership and buying a car, the dealership can also throw in some kind of service plan for the car to help reduce the cost of maintenance and entice you to buy it. So there is a distinct difference between services and products, and how you can think about them very simply is just what your client might ask. If a client's going to come to you and say, what can you make for me, versus what can you do for me? If you're going to make them something, this is more of a product. If you're going to do something for them that they need done, that's more of a service. You can think of products as things you might stick into a shopping cart. These are going to be tangible, discernible items, physical goods that an organization produces. Now, oddly enough, these physical goods can actually be digital physical goods, like digital file-based outputs, marketing materials, and things like that. Now, products can fall into a few different categories. I'm sure we've all received promotional products, which exist to help bring awareness about a new company or new feature. They're usually logo and branded. And then we have consumer products. These are sold to us, and we're expected that we're the end user who's going to benefit from the product. And then you have business products, which are business to business sales. These are the products that businesses use to perform their business as well. And there's usually some component of wholesaling involved in that. So if you look at a service-based design, in the center you have service offerings, which this could be viewed in ITIL as the service catalog, which is what we are going to build and maintain. Around the edges here, you have different services that a company might provide: internet marketing, software Q&A testing. These don't produce, well, they do produce tangible goods, but the ultimate benefit for a company is that they would no longer have to do web design and development for themselves. They could outsource that. So services are a lot of outsourced work. The production of an essentially intangible benefit, like I was saying, either in its own right or as a significant element of some other tangible product. That's important because that goes to our relationship that we're discussing about services and products. A service can be provided as a significant element of a tangible product. So sometimes it's going to be difficult to identify because of how closely associated they are. So in the medical field, you might see this as a combination of a diagnostic assessment with an administration of a medicine. Or closer to my field, this can be the combination of an analysis with a report. So this is a general IT business model that I found online, and I like to use it for planning because it really breaks things down. And what we're really focusing on when we're talking about the business model is usually how it plans to monetize whatever it's offering. Now, sustainability and offerings, these are good for investors, but really when we're modeling, what we're modeling is the monetization. So these come in a variety of forms, and these forms that I'm going to cover here barely scratch the surface, but they're good ones because they're popular around IT. So you have the direct sales model, the franchise model, the freemium model, the subscription model, and finally combinations of all of these models. And we're going to get into these in detail in a moment. So in the direct sales, you have a dispersed network of sellers and buyers, and those sellers and buyers have direct contact. Sales of products and services generated revenue through that network, which sell directly to customers. Usually there's no kind of retail stores. It's person to person or in other business models like at convention settings. So direct sales take place through presentations and demonstrations. Again, these are very popular for businesses that will go into people's homes to do demonstrations and things like that. ITIL is used in these businesses to help inform the sales cycles, when to send these people out to meet and where will be most profitable. And then, of course, it's based off of the market fluctuations. So as customers change what it is that they want in certain areas, the ITIL framework allows you to iteratively maintain your service catalog. The next model is a franchise model. We are all very familiar with this, as we can see a lot of fast food chains and other small business chains often use the franchise model. But in IT, it's actually fairly popular as well. So business owners lease another organization's business strategy. The person who is paying the fee is called the franchisee, and the person who is selling the business strategy, or leasing the business strategy rather, is the franchisor. Now the franchisor came up with a profitable business strategy, and the franchisee wants to pay in some money to take a part of that business strategy and take advantage of it. So that's just basically they're buying the ability to provide proprietary goods or services from the franchisor's service catalog. And again, typical examples are fast food chains, small ISPs, postage stores, things like that. ITIL is used in these to plan the distribution of franchisees and to plan the catalog of services and goods that the franchisees will be able to distribute in each area. This helps to make sure that we don't have dilution in any particular area of a brand or product. So Freemium, this is a free service with added service, premium services you can purchase. So for companies that offer a lot of personal services online, this has become a huge model. You will get the basic accounts for free, and then they will advertise their premium services to you, and you usually have to pay either a one-time or a monthly fee to access those. Now, combinations of free and premium services are very big for mobile application monetization. You'll see this a lot with a free downloadable game where you can buy in-game content, level boosts and things that will help you advance faster. This is a premium service. This is only one example. You can see it a lot with a free document classification programs online, things like that. So ITIL is used to create the different services catalog for these, and then to differentiate how you'll manage your free and your premium services. You can expect that free services will get a lot more use than premium services. So you need to be able to plan for these differences and how you're going to drive users from your free side to your premium side. Subscription based, this is probably the biggest one, and I included this graphic here to just give you a small fraction of the type of online services that you can subscribe to. Now, as customer acquisition costs are high, subscription models allow you to land a customer once and then build a recurring revenue off of that customer. There is a balancing act, as if your subscriptions are too frequent or too high, eventually people won't want to pay them anymore. So key features you can look for are like auto pay, auto renewal, and early termination fees. So these all signal that you're working in a subscription model. Um, and there are other ways to tell, but generally, if you have an auto renewal, that's a dead giveaway. So ITIL is used in these to, again, the service catalog is the key. So in all of these, you can imagine that these will be, this will define the service catalog. And then what is key to the ITIL is to set and maintain a service level agreement. Once you've defined your service, um, this service level agreement tells your clients what you agree to provide to them on a recurring basis. This is the most popular because it falls under the whatever as a service. So software as a service, platform as a service, all of the as a services fall under the subscription model because you pay almost always a monthly or yearly access fee, a membership fee, which gets you access to whatever this service is. You stop paying, you lose access. Now, combinations of these are far more popular these days. It used to be much easier to define a business based as what type of model it is. But with the internet and with multiple revenue streams, it's become a lot harder to do one model, and far more frequently we'll see combinations. So, for instance, we'll have a software as a service subscription based company, which will offer some of its services for free and then offer its premium services using a subscription. So that would be a combination of a subscription based and a freemium model. And again, a freemium model may use more modern direct sales to go out and bring people in from the free side to using the premium available services. So with that, we've talked about how we'll apply ITIL to the different models, and the general thing that you should pick up from all of them is that it's going to define the services that are available and then how we distribute and maintain those services. That's really the key. So this is going to inform our overall service strategy, and that's what we're going to talk about in the next two videos, how we will take this information and we're going to build our first service strategy, which will help us go into our service development and then service transition and service operation phases. So with that, I'd like to thank you for watching. As always, you can contact me on cybrary.it. My username is Twarter, Twarter. I look forward to hearing from you.